Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Jay Larone. Please, if you don't mind, like, subscribe, and share. And today we're going to talk about the Filipina P. She's made another video addressing her, the people, the women over here in the United States that are talking bad on the Filipinos and the passport bros, right? So she has a little clap back for them. And if you guys, as you know, the women here in the States, they always talking without thinking. They don't do any research. They just start running their mouths. So we're gonna hear some people that the Filipina P has, you know, and hear the, you know what I'm saying, and hear the clapbacks that they got, as far as as they talk about as they clap back to the response of the women, in the United States is talking all this trash. But yeah, y'all hold tight. Let me get this video for you.
Hi folks, the Filipina P here. And several months ago, I did a video about the way some Western women were attacking and insulting men who realized the relationship game in their home countries had become totally unwinnable, causing them to look for partners in other lands. This group of men, known as the passport bros, have recently become the talk of the town, whether it's to degrade them or to sympathize with their mission. In my video, I wasn't nasty to the women at all, and I used humor to poke holes in their objections. But the reaction was swift and brutal, and it looks like I might have had a hand in accidentally starting an international war between Western women and us Asian women. For several months now, the accusations and insults have been flying fast and furious back and forth across the Pacific, with other Filipinas getting into the action in social media. The topic has become so hot, in fact, that just last week, I was asked for an interview by one of the largest TV networks in the Philippines. But so far, I remained silent until now. It's one thing to attack your own men, the ones who've chosen to leave. Of course, you have the right to your opinions, just as I have the right to respond with my own. But when you go insulting us Filipinas, then your accusations warrant a response. And here's my response. Let's dive right in. First, let's deal with your claim that we Filipinas are somehow lacking in language skills.
Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English.
I just have one question. When was the last time you went to the Philippines? Or have you been to the Philippines? Have you also spoken to actual people from the Philippines in terms of speaking the English language? We gotta really check on what is current. I don't know where you're getting your statistics.
And you say we're not very good with read and write and arithmetic neither.
Women that don't have education.
Excuse me? For your information, we have stricter education and school system than the United States. So actually, Filipinos are multilingual. English is our second language, and we speak 150 dialects in my country. We have English subject from nursery till college. That's always part of our curriculum. It's not foreign women's fault if American men fall for them instead of you. You must understand, like us Filipino, we are naturally sweet. We are naturally like that. Okay? And that's what they like about us because we are just sweet, understanding, caring. It's not because we are submissive. We're not submissive. You ask my husband that, he will tell you I'm not submissive.
So when you say those things about us Filipinos,
See, and that's the thing, man. The women over here in the States, man, they just start talking their mouth. They start running their mouth. They just start talking. They're not really doing their research. It's just they get upset, and I think it's because their feelings are hurt. It could be their egos, because now it's like they're, you know, the women overseas are like, I guess they're thinking the women overseas are looking at them like, how come y'all can't keep y'all men? You know what I'm saying? So the women over here are just in the States are just their butt hurt, their egos are hurt, so they just have to lash out. But when they lash out, like I said, they're not thinking. They're just talking. They're not doing their research. So now, it's like now they got to pay for it.
As Filipinas, how do you think that makes us feel?
Don't tell us that we are uneducated. That I've been able to take care of my family. I became a breadwinner at the same time, a homemaker. But I am as educated as you are. I graduated cum laude and I am a teacher. And so it hurt me a lot when you're saying that people in Asia are uneducated, they are submissive. In fact, I am as empowered as you are.
You tell him, sister. And now we get to the videos that managed to attack the passport bros while insulting us Filipinas too.
When you go find a wife in the Philippines or Thailand or Eastern Europe or wherever these places are that are overseas, I'm assuming you mean they're more biddable, that they're less outspoken, they don't demand anything of you, that they're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life of no opportunity, and in return, all they have to do is subject themselves to your advances. I do wonder at your motivation for why you want to go overseas to find a partner. Is it because you prefer your woman without opinions, unable to fight back, and vulnerable?
Yeah, you got me. I want of those overseas women who doesn't have an opinion in my little head. And I'll put up with your advances if only you'll rescue me from my life of poverty. Please, sir, I want some more.
These passport predators are the bottom of the barrel. And the reason they're going overseas to get women is because we don't want them. And they know if they go overseas, they're more likely to find a woman who will do whatever it takes to secure a better life for her family. Trust me, we don't want them. And we appreciate you guys taking out the trash for us.
You're welcome, lady, no problem. But what is a problem is that you're implying that we sell ourselves to do whatever it takes to be with a man that disgusts us. Are you calling us what I think you're calling us?
Passport bros are people who specifically go from country to country to country trying to find women, exotic flavors to dabble in, right? Passport bros are like, oh man, I can't find any good women in the States, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else in the world. Like women are inherently different in every other country. It really starts becoming weird when you go to third world countries or countries that are not as advanced as ours. And a lot of these women are desperate, so they're going to take you up on that offer, right? They want someone who is going to be submissive to them. And what better way to find someone who's submissive to them than to find a woman who is at your beck and call? Because, the only reason she's in the United States is because of you. It sounds to me like a lot of control issue. Right? And to be honest, ladies, these aren't the type of men that we want anyway, right? These men want a woman that they can control. And because they can't find it here in America because it's frowned upon to like own a human here, they go to other places in the world where they can legally own a human.
Well, I thought I'd heard it all, but I just found out that the Philippines has legalized slavery. I wonder how much I could get if I put on a little makeup. And once again, Filipinas are depicted as desperate, submissive, and at a man's beck and call. Do you have any clue how insulting that is? But at least you consider us adults, unlike these next women.
Clearly, underage girls. Do y'all realize when y'all make comments on videos like how women are just jealous when we're talking about minors, meaning children?
Okay, this is so stupid. Now, how is it that they believe that these guys are getting minors overseas? You actually think that they would allow these grown men to go overseas and mess with minors? And why would grown men want to go overseas and mess with minors anyway? You see how ridiculous that sounds? They just let you know that they're just talking. And if you look at how these women look, I mean, to be honest with you, the passport bros ain't really, to be honest, the passport bros ain't checking for none of these women that's on here talking anyway. So I don't even know why they on here talking. This is it. Okay, never mind. It's crazy.
Children that y'all are basically telling the world what you've done or want to do. Mostly, I'm pretty sure a lot of you did. This is why I tell everybody, a man will do what he do to your 13-year-old or a 13-year-old if he know he can get away with it. Why would you think a woman would be jealous of a child? You stupid, nasty fool.
So now a passport bro is somehow a pedophile who's just looking to do what he do with a 13-year-old. Well, I don't know why you think we're underage, but we can't exactly help the fact that we look a lot younger than you think we should. And apparently, you're not alone.
This whole...
Right, and the thing about the women over in the Philippines, they're small. They're like 4'9", maybe 5 foot. So it's like they're little. And the fact that they take care of themselves, they eat right, they get plenty of exercise. So yeah, they're going to look young. But I don't know, man. These folks, like I said, they don't do their research. They just talk.
Passport Bros movement is evidence to me that in the end, the trash usually takes itself out. Like, the creepiest, strangest, and most annoying of men are deciding to leave the country and pursue children in developing countries instead of bothering us. And I'm not mad at it, but I think it's funny that they think we're mad about it. Go ahead, get your passport and leave too, because clearly nobody in America wants you.
Okay, it's bad enough that you call the passport bros creepy, annoying, and strange. But the fact that you aren't even bothered if they pursue children says a lot about your priorities. And thanks for implying that men can just come over here and hang around with children. You may not know this, but the Philippines takes that kind of thing very seriously. If a man is even seen with an underage child, he's immediately reported and investigated. Oh, wait a sec. I forgot. We're too uneducated and submissive to say anything about it. Carry on.
Passport bros are real? They're saying they go into other countries to find more submissive women? No. Which means they are strategically picking countries that are stereotyped for having...
Oh, I just saw this. Do anybody know what that is on her finger, that ring? What that ring represents? That's crazy. Y'all, some of you might know, but when a woman wears this type of ring, she's into that witchcraft. Yeah, she's one of them. So, interesting. Okay. But yeah, y'all be careful about women that wear that. Be careful of women that wear these type of rings. Yeah, that's a sign of witchcraft. But okay.
Having very relaxed, if any, rules around these two things. So they're going to other countries not to find submissive wives, but to find women and girls that they,
Sure, lady, there are no laws about domestic violence here. Our husbands can beat us all they want. And we're so submissive and desperate that all we can say is, please, sir, I want some more. So the implication is that men come here for the purpose of targeting women and girls. There's that pedo thing again. Just so they can physically abuse us. Do you have any evidence of that? Or does it just feel so good to say it? But what about the claim that it's all about money?
I literally have all the money in the world, but cannot find a man. I've been in that struggle. And I've thought to myself, should I go to another country to find a man? Should I go to a different place? Is it just New York City? Should I go to a different part of the country? Like, where can I find this man for me? What is very different about me, though, and in my situation that distinguishes me from a passport bro, is that A, I have a lot of money. So I'm not going to Thailand to prey on young boys who have no money. I'm not saying, oh, let me go to some developing country.
Did she just get on here just to talk about how much money she has? Maybe that's why she can't find a man here in the States. All right, carry on.
Somebody who's not privileged and prey upon their young boys. Like, I'm not doing that. When I thought about traveling to different places, I thought about going to luxury spots, like going to nice places and meeting people at a similar socioeconomic status, similar situation, people that are doing well, people that can understand what it's like to date a woman with means. I think that is why there's such a disdain, and certainly I feel this, a disdain towards passport bros, is because they're not playing on an even playing field. They're not saying, oh, let me go to San Diego and go to like the nicest, country clubs and let me go and meet somebody. No. These people are saying, wow, people here don't respect me because I'm literally not doing well. And I have to go to a country where people are living on less than $10 a day. And that's where I'm going to find my spouse. That is the part I have a problem with, because then it becomes very predatory, very creepy, and just kind of inappropriate. But again, when you throw in the financial inequity and the patriarchal system of preying under both youth as well as this gender disparity and the privilege that comes with that, I am not with it. I'm not with it.
Okay, lady, it's great that you have more money than God, and your biggest struggle is choosing which high-end resort to meet men at. But stop for just a second and listen to what else you just said. Women in your country don't respect men that aren't doing well. So what's a man supposed to do when he's not dripping $100 bills from every orifice in his body? How lucky for you that you can go hobnob with the rich and famous. But you do know not everyone's as fortunate as you, right? You say that people should find someone on their own economic level. But if a man who's not doing well isn't wanted there, what's he supposed to do? Just give up because Western women aren't interested in the contents of his wallet? Or maybe they can find a place where women won't reject them for their lack of resources, like the Philippines. What's wrong with that? It's amazing that when you find your level, it's just fine. But when a man does the same thing, it's creepy, predatory, and inappropriate. And of course, it somehow involves the dreaded patriarchy. But even when all your arguments have been thoroughly destroyed, you've still got your favorite go-to tactic: anger.
Well, f you. Go away. Go find your women wherever you want. If you're not satisfied, I don't know what to tell you. If you want a woman who barely even speaks English and just has to, go for it.
Triggered immediately. Well, F you then. Just go overseas. We don't need you. Whatever. Bye, loser. You see the anger? Do you see that?
Yeah, I saw it, Bo. I saw it. But there's also some good news for the passport bros. Some Western women actually get it, like this classy lady.
Why are you mad because men are choosing to go out of the country, passport bros, and use their passports to get women that are feminine, fit, beautiful, inspiring, kind, cooperative, and submissive? Women that have...
Oh, you know why they're mad? They're mad because they're over there doing the same thing. They're going to the Caribbean, messing with the renter dreads, getting passed around, laying on bamboo rafts, with the tip in, looking for a plastic bag. But, hey, we're not supposed to talk about that. We're not supposed to say anything about that.
That have traditional values. Why are you mad about that? Here's the thing, the passport movement, passport bros, this is not a new concept. Men in the military, guess what? Many of them have wives that they met outside the country, okay? So this is not a new concept. And you know what else? My son-in-law is actually half Filipino. That's right, his mom's from the Philippines and his daddy is black. It's not a new concept, y'all.
Right.
And for the final clip of the day, let's hear from a little fireball named Didi to give us the big picture.
Well, I'm just curious as to why so many modern women are confused as to why men are leaving. Why we have the passport bros and men who are deciding to look for women elsewhere. And some of them seem so oblivious to the point where they really don't get it. Men are looking for traditional women. And most men have always wanted traditional women. But because modern women were taught to go to school, get their education, they were never taught to prioritize marriage or man or relationships. They were taught to go to school, get an education, take care of yourself because you don't need a man. Live your life, have your fun in your 20s. Fast forward, here we are. We have a world full of modern women who are independent entrepreneurs, boss chicks. They don't need no man, right? But for a lot of these women, this entrepreneur, boss chick, independent woman lifestyle is not working out the way they planned. Because when you choose that means you may not ever have that family structure, that home, that two-parent home. The majority of these women become single mothers because during that, have your fun in your 20s stage, and then when they hit their 30s and 40s, they were not prepared for that because nobody told you what hitting the wall looks like. You were never taught how to be in a relationship. You were never taught how to treat a man, how to love a man. Also, going forward, we really need to stop trying to shame men into accepting something that they just don't want. And women have to accept the fact that, hey, we've been taught wrong. We've been sold a certain set of rules, and a lot of women ran with it. And now it's the very thing that's holding them back from getting or achieving the things that they say they want.
Yep, that about sums it up. And if you'll humor me, I have a couple final comments of my own. It's highly insulting when people claim that we.
Yep. So that about wraps it up. But yeah, y'all see that these women, man, they come on here, talk about the passport bros, talk about the Filipinos and the Asian women and the women in Thailand, and they just just yak. And it's like Didi said at the end, they wasted their youth. They go to school, they become, they go to school to become successful, and when they do get out of school with all this debt, they go to school, get out, get a job. Now they want to go back to school to get their PhD, or the MBA or whatever it is they're trying to get, their doctorate. Now they, got all this debt, and then they've been riding the CC for the past, 10, 15 years. So now all of a sudden they in their 30s, they think they're supposed to find a man to accept them with all these bodies, with all this trauma, and all this debt. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, even the women that are getting these PhDs and all this, the amount of debt that they've accumulated, their jobs that they have still won't afford them, what they need to pay off this debt. So even though they're making a little bit more money because of the PhDs, they got all this debt, from college. So that's why they're looking for a man. That's why they're looking for a man, in the high six figures. They need somebody to help to basically take on that debt for them and pay it off. And it's not working. It's not working out because now they're older, their bodies are worn, and most of them got kids because they've been out, just whooping it up. So now they got a couple of kids by guys who don't make nowhere near. Can y'all hear me? I think my mic went out. But yeah, so it's not a good look at all. So yeah, like I said, these women, man, they're doing too much. They're doing too much. They're like I said, they've wasted their youth. So, and like I said, they've been out whooping it up, just having fun, riding the CC, not making enough money. Like I said, the PhD is not giving them enough money in their new jobs to pay off that debt. So they want a man with high six figures to come in and help them with that debt. But like I said, they got kids from guys who don't make nowhere near the amount of money that they're making or that they want them to make. So it's not a good look. All right, you guys, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, my mic was tripping. But yeah, so sorry about that. Having a little technical difficulties, a little struggle streaming over here. But yeah, like I was saying, they get into these situations, man, because like I said, they listen to other people saying just go out, make your money, live your life, and in the end you'll find somebody. But they see now that they want kids in their 30s and nobody really want them because they're used up. But it is what it is. You guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry that my mic kept cutting out on me. Please be good to yourself, and by all means, y'all be good to one another, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, peace out.